Hey guys, it's Judy, and yes, another process video for you guys. And this, I believe, is in June. Or end of May, June. So here I am. You'll see the photo. I'm just looking at the empty spaces I have that I can use to fill up with embellishments. So that card was just a leftover like 3x4 card that I cut up, and I thought it was a nice color to go with the frappuccinos that we picked up. And that stamp, it says "But First Coffee," and that is a Kelly Winnell stamp. So Kelly Stamps, I'll put the link below. And I thought that was so appropriate. We were coming back home from vacation. It was like a drive vacation that we drove a few hours to. So I thought, and then we had a pit stop to make sure we got coffee first. So that's a label from Studio L2E, and it fits perfectly with that EK Success Punch. And you'll see I used a distress ink, and I don't know, I just can't get it right. I mean, I'm fine with the look, but it's very blotchy. I don't know if you guys have the same thing or that's the way it's supposed to look. But maybe I pressed too hard on the stamp itself. But anyway, that was the EK Success Punch. And I forget where I bought it, but those stamp sets from Studio L2E are great for matching up with the punch. And I did recently see it at Hobby Lobby. So if you want to use your 40% off and pick that up, that'd be great, because it is very handy. And that stamp set is actually a Freckled Fawn from an Oh Dear Me kit. I am using a pinked circle punch that I think I got at Joann's online maybe. And it says "On the Road" because, like I said, we were heading back home and we stopped off at the Target because we wanted to find some Shopkins for my son, and we found some blind bags, so he had fun with that. But I think the true point of stopping off was to get our Starbucks at the Target. Why not kill two birds with one stone, right? And you'll see I am using a slick writer. It's the Amy Tangerine slick writers, and they are awesome on the photos. And these photos I printed off like at Walgreens. They don't seem as professional. Like, it doesn't have that glossy finish like you do at, like, I guess your regular print shops or even Costco. But anyway, they write really nice. That is the Kelly Stamps. So I'm trying to see, you'll see I'm using a lot of stamping because I just love to stamp. Here I am. Those labels are paper tray ink labels. So I'm just trying to see what label will fit. I love using these labels, just any labels, to kind of border as a border for my sentiments. And you'll see I'm using the same green. I'm going to use like that label like color all over the spread, just so it has something in common with everything. Every card has something in common. You see how splotchy that is? I do like these paper tray ink. Their stamps are wonderful, so I'm thinking it's the ink. It adds that distress ink, and I'm okay with it. But it just seems so blotchy. But anyway, that has a thicker border edge, and I like that look too. So, and the Studio L2E has a thinner border, I believe. So anyway, I'm like, let me try. I think I'm going to be daring and stamp on the photo itself. And how'd it look? I don't like it. I use StazOn, and the only color I have on hand is that purple. I know I have a black somewhere, but I gotta dig through my piles just to find it. I hope you don't have to relate. You can't relate to that. And you're more organized than me. But I ended up using a label from a Oh Dear Me kit, so Freckled Fawn, and then here I go again journaling because I see empty space and I just want to journal. That's a DIY Dollar Tree Reef. I got the idea from Do It On a Dime. She is awesome. And then another like half of a label from the Freckled Fawn to just say where we took out from when we got home. And I'm trying to think what card that is. I have so many, and I had kind of pre-did all my cards way back. When I have time, if you've been following my videos, I just put my pictures in the pockets, and when I have time, I just put cards in the pockets, and then when I'm ready to scrap and actually do all this embellishment and do a process video, then I sit down and do everything. So, because the pictures and then the card inserts, I do it all watching TV with my husband at night. So that's what I do. And that stamp set, you can see I had a whole bunch of like book and nerdy stamp sets, and some of them were from MFT. There was one from Close to My Heart that I recently hauled, but I decided to use the MFT one because I just love that saying. A room without books is like a body without a soul. And we love to read. I loved to read growing up, and then now I wish I had more time to read. But Aiden loves reading, so we go to the library, and then he loves, I try to get him to do as much as he can. You know, he's 5 now, but he was starting at 4 where he's checking out the books. He has his own library card now, which is awesome. And I think I kept the other library card that he had before this, because once he turns 5, he gets like a new one. But anyway, he helps me check out the books. And you'll see I use that pinking circle again. And here we are at the post office. And here I am with my labels. So I'm using a Project Life, one of those grid cards. And sorry, that is my dog. I think she wants to go out. And that is a Studio L2E stamp set. See how the border is thinner than the Paper Troy ink one. And that's a Freckled Fawn Oh Dear Me kit stamp as well. And it is Happy Mail. We're sending off Happy Mail to Coralie. Hi, Coralie. So it was like some Shopkins for her friend, her daughter. And I had a bunch of packages I wanted to mail out. If you see that package for you, give me a shout out. But yeah, he helps me. He's my little helper. And so he loves holding. He's letting me hold it, Mom. So he stacks it up and he pretends it's like a birthday cake or a wedding cake or some kind of cake, and he tries to balance it. So sometimes it's a pain bringing him to the post office, but most of the time it's fun. If there's a long line, then no. But anyway, the next picture, I made chicken marsala. One of my husband's friends was in the hospital, so we all joined up and we took turns making dinner and taking it to their family. So that was what I made, and I'm using the Ellie Studio Let's Eat kit. So it has like I bought a bunch of stamp sets from her, and then her shop, and then these die cuts and cutouts, and then that's a Dollar Tree bin, guys. I just have to put my plug in about the Dollar Tree finds. So I love it for like when I have those die cuts, I hate leaving it in the package because I hate the sticky adhesive on the packaging, and everything always gets stuck somehow. So I love just dumping it into one of those bins and calling it a day. So basically I'm just journaling about that. And as far as stamping on the photos, I noticed that if I stamp directly on photos that I print out on my printer, I just have a regular color, like, what is it? HP photo printer. If I print it out, then I can stamp perfectly on my pictures, directly on the pictures. The ink is perfect. But like if I do it professionally, like even at Walgreens or Costco or wherever where there's a glossy finish or a smooth surface, the ink always slides. It'll slide on me. And I think I'll show you later on. I'm ahead of myself. But these are little stickers that I have in my stash. I think it might be Chicken Nitty, the little moments. And those hearts were part of a Gossamer Blue kit. And also I've been loving those clear transparencies, or the white ones and the black ones. And they are by Snap. I hope I'm not talking too fast. It's the New Yorker in me. I like to talk fast. Especially when my video is being timed. But anyway, here I go. See, you'll see my trial and error with stamping on a photo. And I'm using the Brilliance, Archival Brilliance. See how it kind of wiggles a little? It slides. Awful. Did not like it. And I was able to just wipe it away with like a baby wipe or whatever. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't use a baby wipe because it's wet on a photo. Anyway, it just slid right off. I'm using, alright, let me try the Memento ink. and then I'll leave it on, see if it dries. But you can see it's just sitting there. And then I'm trying to think, maybe I should, what am I using? Dye inks or pigment inks? And I know there's one, like, dye will dye your thing. Pigment just kind of sits on it. I don't know. I forget what it is. But anyway, you'll see what happens to those letters later. That stamped image later. So these are more things that I found in my old OG&Me kits. I just love having those things around, but I don't use it. I didn't use that one. This is actually a snap sticker label. It was like assorted on a sheet, and I had half of one left, so I just put the other half there. That's also a Freckled Fawn labels. I love using labels, either the pre-made ones, but sometimes they don't fit what I need, so then that's why I love using the label stamps, so I can make my own labels as well. So just journaling about how Aiden cut, oh, see, there we go, wipe it right off. And I waited a while, guys, like at least 10 minutes, right? Or 5 minutes. 5 minutes maybe, I don't know. I'm very impatient. So let's go with the Stays On. And like I said, I do have black Stays On, but purple was the one on hand. I wasn't going to dig around for my black, and it looks good. When I pressed it on with the Stays On, I felt it stick a little, like it had that little tackiness. So you'll see some close-ups of everything. I stapled that on because that was kind of sliding with the glue. And you can see more stills, and then I can just ramble more about things. But what was I saying? Yeah, with stamping, let me know what your luck is or what your tips are with stamping on the pictures. But I said, like, the best results I've had is if I printed it out myself on my photo printer. I don't have a selfie or anything like that, so I don't know if the paper is the same, but I have used Memento Luxe on, like, for my photo printer, which is like an HP photo all-in-one photo printer. You can fax, you can do all that stuff. But anyway, I looked at that card, and I was like, all this empty space, it's pretty, but I feel a need to journal. I just feel like I need to journal everywhere if I can. And you guys should too, because that photo, you know, all I said was I was sending happy mail, but then it didn't explain, like, you'll see when we do go, like, I journaled on the, you know, on the side, the added journaling was that he likes to go there and pull on the lever on the mailbox, and he wants to put the packages in, and he, like I was telling you, he likes to carry the packages and make it, like, stack it like you're balancing a cake on it. So if I didn't add that extra journal, you know, 10 years or 5 years, 6 years, or when he's reading it, he wouldn't know what he was doing or whatever. So I think journal as much as you can, because, you know, 10 weeks from now I probably wouldn't even remember. So just some more stills. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Finally, my son started kindergarten, so I'm having a little more time in the scrap room. See, so the Stays On really worked well. It didn't rub off like all the other ones, and it does what it's supposed to do. Not the perfectly clear, crisp image as I'd like, but I could have put a foam pad underneath and made it a little better. But the point is that it stuck. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you subscribe, like, and comment. Bye, guys.